First of all, I welcome you all for the second day of the 3 days virtual workshop on Course and Instruction Design for the Effective Outcome-Based Education organized by IQAC of St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering, Chungakadai, Kanyakumari District, Tamil Nadu. I hope yesterday's 3 sessions were fruitful and thought-provoking. We came to know that few participants were not able to submit yesterday's feedback form due to technical issues. Please don't worry about that. Submission of feedback form for all the sessions of today and tomorrow will be considered for the attendance. The fourth session, that is the first session of today, starts at 9:30 a.m. Stay tuned. I welcome you all for the session 4 of this virtual workshop on course and instruction design for the effective outcome-based education. Resource person for this session is Dr. R. Shaji, Dean, Research Professor, Computer Science and Engineering. He is going to present on the topic Writing and Correlating Outcomes. I am very glad to introduce the resource person of this session, Dr. R. Shaji. He has obtained his M.Tech in Computer Science and Engineering from Pondicherry University in 2002 and doctorate in Computer Science and Engineering from Manoramani Sundarana University in 2012. He has more than 19 years of experience in teaching, including research and administration. His area of interest include smart grid computing, intelligent transport system, and cyber security. He has produced 5 research scholars in various domains of computer science and engineering. He has more than 67 publications in international and national journals and conference proceedings. He is a lifetime member of ISTE and a senior member in various professional bodies. Now, I hand over the session to Dr. S. Shaji.
Good morning to one and all. Good morning. I want to check whether my presentation is audible.
Yes, okay, voice is audible, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, my wishes to the organizers and the participants for their fruitful sessions till yesterday and today. All hoping of that the sessions will be of fruitful in nature and of tomorrow. My sincere thanks to the college management and the internal quality assurance cell for providing this opportunity to me. And today I am going to take a few notes on writing and correlating outcomes. I am Shaji from the Department of CAC. I am working as professor. Yesterday, how one with the outfits on OBE, the Bloom's taxonomy, and regarding the assessment and accreditation with respect to NAC and other accreditation agencies. Today, in my presentation, the objective is the audience will be able to write course objectives for a course, apply Bloom's levels in strengthening course objectives in order to write the course outcomes, write meaningful COs in accordance with course objectives, apply Bloom's levels in writing measurable and achievable COs to obtain the maximum mapping levels with POs and PSOs, map the COs with POs and PSOs in a justified way. The outcomes may be the audience can write course objectives for a course, apply Bloom's level, it is not to write course outcomes, write meaningful COs in accordance with course objectives, apply Bloom's levels in writing measurable and achievable COs to obtain the maximum mapping levels with the POs and PSOs, to map the COs with POs and PSOs in a justified way. And you all have a good knowledge on PO, PSOs, expansions and everything. But mainly, I'm concentrating with my presentation for the beginners. Now I'm coming to the OB elements. So we have to think about everything, but I'm starting from the POs, program outcomes, program specific outcomes, Bloom's taxonomy levels, the knowledge levels, course objectives, course outcomes. And when we think about the vision and mission, because you see, I have to start from this because everything has its own link, and even the vision, mission of the institution may be correlated with the course outcomes. At least one part, a fraction of the part of the outcomes, one of the outcomes may be correlated with the mission of the institution. Mission statement expresses a hope for future reality. A mission statement declares the practical commitments and actions to attain the visions. It's applicable to both institution and departments. Now, I'm just going very fast because you have already know all these things. The institution which frames the vision and mission statements. And for example, I'm saying, see, the vision statements may be emphasis with the society, economy, and environment. I am thinking of society, economy, and environment. Our institution is to produce responsible and innovative professionals to implement technologies ethically for the benefit of society, economy, and environment. This single statement. Now coming to the department, it has its own vision and mission. And one example maybe, our mission is to create skillful engineers ready to develop software, computing and communication services for the enhancement of people. See, you please put your words according to your discipline. So, since I am from computer science and engineering, I am just using the keywords. Please match the corresponding words of yours in the corresponding place. Now, you see, you have to go for a mapping. You have to go for a mapping. The vision, mission may be mapped with the vision, mission of the institution, department, vision, mission may be mapped with the vision and mission of the institution. Because is there any correlation between that? At least a part of the department mission may occupy the vision of the department. Coming to the stakeholders, you all know who are the stakeholders, and for an educational institution, the stakeholders may be the academicians, mainly the parents and the students, the alumni, the other people, those who are all involved with the process of education in the particular institution. They are all called as the stakeholders. Now, I'm coming with some PO statements. PO statements, you see, institutional mission is over, department mission is over. Coming to the PO statements, some rules are there, how it should be. And one of them is contain broad statements describing the career and professional accomplishments that the program is preparing the graduates to achieve. So yesterday, our Milton sir has taken all these things. I hope that, and a few of the PO statements corresponding to it may be with respect to graduates apply their knowledge towards computing and communication for the sustainable development of society. Graduates utilize their technical competency towards the development of software embedded products feasible to the economy. Graduates exploit their innovative skills towards the development of alternative solutions for the environmental safety. Here, the department mission and the PO statements must correlate maximum to the maximum it has to be get correlated. Now you say the correlation is given in the arrows, you can, sorry, in the lines, the communication lines, you can see there. Now we come to the external authorized bodies, they are controlling the quality of the education, so ACT, NAC, and you can see the lines. The lines may be of, it's not given as arrow because the things are, see, Washington occurred, the GEO statements are there, the ACT, NPA is have hired the GEO statements into POs here. The NAC UGC that has the geo statements and it has its own defined PO statements. And the university is connected to UGC as well as a few universities, deemed universities or autonomous private universities. They are all getting the geo statements and they are all framing their own views. And you can see this is the link where how the PO statements are taken with from the NPA. Because the source may be with the Washington Accord. And now is NPA has initiated all these processes. Now UGC has a good framework of learning outcome based curriculum. Nice work done by the UGC for making it to get populated in all the higher education institutions. and purely they have some sort of relations with the geo statements. And the universities which are depending upon the UGC, which are autonomous UGC, they are setting their own PO statements. And see, what's the aim of these PO statements? Characteristic attributes that a graduate should demonstrate after the completion of the program. And ACT has its own defined PO1s from the Washington Accord, and UGC has made its own PO according to its observation and implementation of their own institutions. Nearly 15 POs are there. And you can see the correlation among these ACT and UGC here. You can everything here will get correlated under some circumstances, at least for a fraction. That you can see. These are all ACT followed the POs or the engineering colleges may be followed. This UGC, the deemed university may follow or may not follow, but the institutions which are all affiliated with the universities under the UGC control may be following these things. But you can see in various other countries, the POs, which are all defined by their own university or distributed to the schools, which are all working under their university. Now coming to the program specific outcomes. See, these are what the student should be able to do at the time of graduation. The PSOs are program specific. PSOs are written by the department offering the programs. There usually are 2 to 4 PSOs for a department. Program specific outcomes. See, I'm giving some PSOs which are all for the computer science department, which may be correlated with. See, additional to the PO statements, PSO1 statement apply the concept of cloud computing and networking in real-time problems in all service sectors. PSO2 automates the artificial intelligence applications for the applications for medical, agriculture, intelligent transportation, and the emergency response systems. Develop embedded software and hardware for automating robots. See, these are very much specific to the corresponding departments. So all of the POs, these PSOs are surveyed. Then coming to the institution. You see, this is the corresponding flow chart, which clearly says the PSO and PO statements are concatenated to form the nearly 12 statements under the PO and nearly 2 or 3 statements under the PSO. See here, these things are from where it is evolved, and see here, these PSO statements and PO statements, the department is generating PO statements, likewise the link is given there. And there will be a match between the PO plus PO statements with the PO statements. Now, I come to the forward design process in OD. See, when we come to the affiliated institutions, they form the syllabus and unit topics first. Then comes the course objective statements. Then with the outcome statements. See, the forward design is of affiliated institution, syllabus, units and topics, course objective statements, and outcome statements. Now I am coming to the backward design of the process in the OBE. See, the autonomous institutions, they have their own responsibility, they have rights, and they are authorized to create the course objective statements first, outcome statements, then comes to the syllabus units and topics. Here you can see the difference with the affiliated institutions, what they are first, what we are experiencing, and what the autonomous institutions are doing. Now you see, the outcome statements are then later are mapped with the PO and PSO statements. These are all the general thing what you have learned and presented by us yesterday till then. And our workshop deals with forward design process for affiliated institutions. And you see, curriculum gaps can be identified mostly in this design process, rather in the backward process, because it was well structured. But in most of the cases, in the forward designs, the curriculum gaps may be found because the syllabus units and topics are given by the institution and the course objective statements and the Course outcome statements are made by the people from the institutions, the affiliated institutions. Now you see, core subjective statements, you can use the Bloom's taxonomy levels in the level of the core subjective statement itself. Then coming to the right outcome statements, you can write outcome statements from the core subjective statements. See, now for a better method of the outcome statements, the Bloom taxonomy levels may be connected with, and you will create a finalized outcome statements here. Then comes with the correlating outcome statements. See, what is correlating outcome statement means what you are done with the end of the course, whether it will correlate with the corresponding PO statements for making it to attain the program outcomes, what is the aim by the graduate attributes. Now, see the mapping is there. So, this is the full structure what we are going to discuss, and this is the place I am mainly concentrating with today. Writing outcome statements, and correlating outcome statements. But as you can see, they are all correlated. Syllabus topic is correlated with both subjective statements. The Bloom's level taxonomy is correlated. You are writing the outcome statements and you are getting the final outcome statement. Then go for the correlation. See that correlation may be mapped with the PO statements and GS statements. This is very important thing is that mapping of these outcome statements with the PO and PSO statements should be of high level as well as maximum number of POs and PSOs should be matched. That is our aim. That is our aim. Now, our first task is to write outcome statements, and our second task is to correlate outcome statements with POs and PSO statements. Now, you see, from that generalized architecture or the flow, and now I came with the GA statements. You see, graduate attribute statements here. From the 11 statements given by the Washington method, you just put, if you are affiliated with the UGC, recognized universities, you may put with 15 graduate attribute statements or PO statements here. See, from the 11 PO statements, we have, 12 11 statements are there. And you want to know what are the PO statements there? See, 12 statements are there. I make it to 11 only there. But 12 statements are there. And see here, I am going with the co-subjective statements of 5. From that, I am going to take 5 outcome statements. And I made PSO statements of 3. So, here we can see 12 statements, it is not 11 actually, 12 statements from the GA. So, 12 plus 3, nearly 15 statements will be there actually. Now, in these outcome statements, 5 statements are there, 4 subjective statements, 5 statements are there. So, what's my aim is, so thinking of observing all the statements in my knowledge. I put all the statements in my view, purview, and I am just creating 4 subjective statements, outcome statements, and going for the mapping by linking with the Bloom's levels. Now coming to the Bloom's taxonomy domains and levels. You all know that 3 knowledge domains are there: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. And yesterday, Dr. Martin Benos are taken all these things in detailed today. But just we are going with the cognitive level only today. That is psychological skills that start from the understanding. Then the 6 levels of the revised Bloom's taxonomy under the cognitive levels are from the lower: remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. These are the 6 levels we are going to use the Bloom's taxonomy, and you all know the explanations of all these things. And I have drawn this diagram. The Bloom's taxonomy, it has a knowledge architecture, a knowledge domain here. You just leave it now. And coming to the Bloom's taxonomy, the 6 levels are made into it. See here, this is the base of everything. Remember, but something else is there, a base knowledge. In the revised Bloom's taxonomy, the start from the remember, because knowledge is very, very necessary for everything. And the categorization of the knowledge you will see later. The remember and the understanding is made from the remember, the application is made from remember and understanding, the analysis is made from remember, understanding, and application, and the evaluation made from the remember, understanding, application, and analysis, and a creation that is from remember, understanding, application, analysis, and evaluation. They are all made in the knowledge. And what are all the parts of this knowledge were the factual, conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive. See, FA is factual, conceptual, procedural. This is something else. This is the point. But you can go with all these three. Once again, it is in this way. Factual. You should have a knowledge on the facts. What it is? Conceptual. That is, you should know the concept of the thing, what you are going to deal with. Procedural. You know how to. So, what, why, and how. The answers for these questions will be here. For anything, for any topic, for any title, what you are going to give some instruction set may be comprised with all these things, at least comprised with the FA, comprised with the FA or CO, comprised with the FA, CO or PO, and if it is negligible FA, you can go with the CO and PO. And any metacognitive is with respect to your self, ethically what you can do, in a controlled way what you can do, in a self-confidential way what you can do, like this things become that you see. And see, the action works in the levels of planning. These are very, very important for framing the course objectives and course outcomes. And I have made it into this remember, understand in the low levels, apply and analyze in the medium levels, and evaluate and create on the high levels. But you see, when see, I just consider the PG course, that's why I made it into this way. At least go with the medium way. See, when it comes to the research levels, the levels may be considered from evaluate to EA. If it is PG level, the apply and analyze may be considered as the high. Remember, understand may be considered as the medium. See, if it is a UG level, at least see, come up to the apply, that may be considered as a high level, and these are all the medium levels. Like this, it will keep on going, and when it comes to the schooling levels, see, even the understanding may be in the high level. So that depends upon. That is a simple and wonderful magic of the Bloom's level. And see, you can see a variety of action levels under this. After this, remember, see, these are the words, but in some few cases, the words may be repeated. Somewhere it may be get repeated. See, a lot of action levels are there. See, a lot of research is going with these things. Now you see, I am just going to the PO syllabus and unit and topics. Now I took one machine learning models as my demonstration exam. This machine learning models, see, it is from the analysis, but I just changed the title of the subject only. 5 units are there. The introduction, linear models, free and probabilistic model, dimensional reduction and evolutionary models, graphical model. 5 units are there. See, the subjects, units, and topics are given by the university. See, units, syllabus, units, the topics. See, now coming to the core subject is for a course. See, a core subjective is a description of what the learner must be able to do upon completion of an educational activity. So, a well-written course subjective outlines the knowledge, skills, or attitude the learners will gain from the educational activity. It should be of smart. See, I started from the course subjective. Why? Yesterday, father actually, our correspondent told if you write the course objective in a good manner, comprising of all the necessary synthesis and semantics, you can write the course subjects in a correct way, in a legitimate way. See, what are all the things which are needed for writing a course objective? Yes, or always what is a learning objective? Course outcome may be a learning outcome, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. See, very specific. See, what action will be performed and by whom? This is very, very important. Measurable, because we are going for the assessments. Achievable, within the stipulated time bound, you have to achieve it. Then relevant, that is very, very important. See, already if you objectives may be there, you can build upon the existing objective if you see a syllabus that is from the 2013, and if it changed to 2017, and if you see the course subjects are the same as the previous 2013, and the slightly changes there with the course contents, the syllabus, you can build upon existing objectives, break down larger or higher order objectives into smaller objectives, and you see very clearly what are the characteristics of the objectives, what students will be able to do from in specific words, how students will demonstrate their learning, the context of learning. See, a clear objective identifies the terminal behavior or desired outcome of the educational offering. See, we are going with the forward design, not with the backward design. And I told most of the affiliated institutions are going with the forward design only. First, we get the post content syllabus. See, now the universities are also providing the PSO objectives and outcomes and everything along with the course. But still, you see, it may be a difficult thing to correlate with our experience and expertise. If an experienced faculty who is handling the corresponding subject is seeing that the course subject is not enough, then he has to go for the alterations or modifications. See, when writing an objective, three steps are very important. At the conclusion of this activity, participants will be able to do, will be able to. Then second, connect it with a verb, verbs which describes an action. Then conclude with what the participants will walk away from the activity with. That is very important. See, words as verbs to avoid. See, you can, what these verbs means that action verbs sectoral pertain to the corresponding levels of the cognitive levels of the Bloom's taxonomy. See, words appreciate, believe, improve, learn, approach, grasp the significance of increase. Appreciate, believe, improve, learn, approach, grasp the significance of increase, things critically, we can grow, know, understand, giving awareness to. See, you just avoid all these words when you are going to create the objectives or the outcomes. Now you see, the syllabus units, from the syllabus units, I am taking the course objective statement. I am going to take write 5 course objective statements. For example, you see in the machine learning models, which has 5 units, and I am taking the first unit, the introduction, the learning types of machine learning. Just go through these contents. An experienced staff member, faculty member who is handling this or who has a thorough knowledge on this can go with this course objectives very clearly and thoroughly. And see, by seeing this, I'm casually writing a course objective. So this gives so many learning algorithms, teach the students to understand the basic learning algorithms in machine learning. I'm just casually writing this. Teach the students to understand the basic learning algorithms in machine learning. And you can see this understand, maybe with the action verb or with the cognition level, but it is not about the action verbs. It is not one of the action verbs, which are all can be used for the preparation or the generation of this course subjects or the outcomes. So this, you can see the understand can be avoided, and it is among the avoiding this. You can see the understand that word is in the list of words to be avoided or the words to be avoided. See, here the unit provides, see how I am evolving with the course objectives. The types of learning in machine learning, fundamental concepts and basic learning algorithms, simple prediction algorithm, and basic concepts to follow in classification techniques. Now you see, the teacher has to teach. This is the thing the unit provides. The type of learning in machine learning using their input nature, working procedures, types of outputs, fundamental concepts and basic learning algorithms using the necessary rules and procedures, criteria involved with learning systems, formula used, architecture used, simple prediction algorithms to predict the values by giving single or multidimensional input values, simple mathematics behind it, basic concepts to follow in classification techniques using different types of line equations, knowledge about Boolean algebra, etc. Provide example programs to work in machine learning environment in order to know about the type of inputs and number of inputs given, working procedures and type of output. See, this is for this unit one. See, by learning all these things, what it is for? See, the thing is there. So, what the teacher can give to the students and what the students will attain from it, what they finally gains. That is very, very important. See, one of the objectives explain me because you can write not only the five objectives, you can write any number of objectives, but don't go beyond 10 or 12. For a unit, you can go with many objectives, two or three objectives you can go with. But in this demonstration, I am using the objectives in a generic way only because I am just taking only one objective. See, one of the objectives may be the teacher has to teach the basic learning algorithm on the basis of mathematical functions to the students to learn in deep about complex machine learning for the users in applications. Now you see, learning abilities begin with the phrase students will be able to do. See, we just concentrate with the not with the teachers. It is a learning activity, and we should emphasize with the students. What the students will. So instead of teach, see, that's my impression. Students will be able to do. Now, step two, connect step one with an action verb which communicates the performance by the learner. Use verbs which describe an action that can be observed and that are measurable within the teaching time frame. That is, understand is not a measurable action verb. Instead, we can use suitable action verbs from the lowest cognition levels. But since that object is of from the lowest cognition level, such as classify,
Dr.
describe,
Bharat, sorry for the interruption. Sir, there is a consistent comment from the audience that the audio is not clear. Please check is there any other device on in your room? And the completely locked room can also be avoided.
is it audible now?
Sir, and I think your the bandwidth also low. I think better you can switch off your video.
Am I audible now?
And sir,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
sir, please make sure that no other device is on inside the room.
Okay, sir. Okay.
You can go ahead, sir. Thank you.
So, sir, whether it is audible now?
Audible, sir. I think you can go somewhat slow.
Okay.
Okay, sir, you can go ahead.
Okay. Now, step three, conclude with the specifics of what the learner will be doing when demonstrating achievement or mastery of the objectives. Stress what the participant will walk away from the activity. That is, teaching the basics of learning algorithms in machine learning. That will not come under the specific action taken by the teacher and the mode of giving it. What the student will gain and on what way it can be assessed. Now coming to the unit 2, like you see, these are all the justifications I am giving for writing a better objective. and see the whether the objectives of according to the correspondence index. Now coming to the unit 2, see the casual written is teach the students to learn neural network algorithms and know architectures for linear models in machine learning. See, learn. This is an action verb which is not allowed. Learn. This cannot be measurable. For the unit 3, see, be exposed to. So another word which can be avoided. In unit 4, the need of. Another word which can be avoided. And unit 5, another word be familiar with. That can be avoided. So, these are the words or the verbs that cannot be used while creating the learning objectives. Now, see, I'm just making the objective some more refined one by using the Bloom's level, applying the Bloom's levels for strengthening the course objectives in order to write the course outcome. Because I am writing the course outcomes based on the course objective. See, the revised Bloom's taxonomy classifies measurable verbs into hierarchical levels. The skill identified in the course outcome should be at a high level, a culminating skill students will develop as a result of the content and activities designed into the course. The objectives identify the constituent or sub-skill students must acquire in order to master the higher level outcome skills. See, when you specify higher level outcome skills, automatically you have to start from the lowest. That is the meaning of this. See, consider these characteristics of well-designed learning objectives. Objectives should identify a course outcome. Objectives should be consistent with the course outcomes. Objectives should be precise and meaningful. The purpose of an objective is to give all learners the same understanding of the same instructional outcome. Now you see, I am using the Bloom's taxonomy that is correlated with the course objective statements. And you see, after considering the Bloom's taxonomy, now the course objectives are defined like this. Students will be able to classify the different learning algorithms according to their basic mathematical functions. See, earlier it is teach the students to understand. It's not measurable action. That is not according to the syntax also. Students will be able to classify the different learning algorithms. Like basically, I am writing. See here, I am just taking only one objective. You can write more number of objectives for a particular unit. But since this curriculum starts from an introduction, gives an introductory part, then it keep on grows for the complex levels. I am using this course objective to make as a generalized one. See, you can write so many course objectives on this, but I just wrote one course objective for this. Like this, for the second unit, students will be able to demonstrate the functional architectures of neural network algorithms for optimization problems in machine learning. Students will be able to solve nonlinear classification problems using various probabilistic models. For students will be able to compare dimensional detection models to solve high-dimensional machine learning problems. See, what I have highlighted with the green here are the action verbs according to the cognitive levels, which are fit for this. See, what I am aiming and the students to be gauged. That I am saying, in which level they should be. See, this syllabus is for the PG, that's why I am going that way. Accordingly, you have to go for it. I already told that for a particular degree, for a UG, PG, or schooling or anything, you set which cognitive level is necessary as the highest one. And for the fifth unit, students will be able to justify the graphical models for reinforcement learning algorithms. These are the 5 objectives I have created from the casually written objective after consulting with the Bloom's taxonomy. Now, I am coming to the next part, writing meaningful COs in accordance with course objectives. See, the structure each course outcome using 2 parts, a cognitive verb and a knowledge category. But Dr. Rao, he has written marvelous papers, articles regarding this OBE, and really it's a wonderful experience for me to learn. He has added the 2 more things as the condition and criteria. So the course outcome should be a cognitive plus knowledge category plus condition and criteria. But I'm not taking the condition criteria here. Maybe indirectly it can be available to the field outcomes. See here, course outcomes are narrow statements that describe what students are expected to know and be able to do at the end of the course. So it is very, very important the course outcomes. Why I stress with course objective? Because I am writing course outcomes on the course objective. And you can see the course outcomes are more like statements that relate to the skills, knowledge, and behavior the students acquire as they go through a specific course within a program. See, two or more COs can be mapped to a PO, and a CO can be mapped to one or more POs. COs are mapped to different POs based on their influence on. That means they are all off with the Cartesian products. CO and the PO mapping a Cartesian product. See here, what the course outcome does for instructors. Describe to students what it is expected of them, plan appropriate teaching strategies, materials, and assessments, learn from the make changes to curriculum to improve student learning, assess how the outcomes of a single course align with larger outcomes for an entire program. Learning outcomes help students anticipate what they will gain from an educational experience, track their progress and know where they stand, know in advance how they will be accessed. See, from this, we should come to a conclusion that the course outcomes or the learning outcomes should be in this way. Identify important learning requirements, the range, the type of knowledge, skills, and values, use clear language, understandable by students and other potential clients, link to the generic and or postgraduate attributes. That's very, very important. Then only the mapping will be get strong. Be achievable and accessible. See, measurable, achievable, and accessible. Now, you see, a few of the characteristics what I have already mentioned you. Course outcomes may be a combination of more than one course objective. For example, see, students can apply back propagation algorithm for supervised learning for only linear models with a large training set. See here, the outcome may be students can apply back propagation. See, apply action verb, the knowledge domain. They have to think about conceptually they should be good with the back propagation and supervised learning. They should be procedurally strong with the back propagation and supervised learning. Condition, only linear models and the criteria is large training sets. See, this may be an outcome of these three objectives sometimes. Students will be able to identify the feature vectors for the inputs in large training sets. Students will be able to explain the working of back propagation algorithm linear models. Students will be able to integrate the concepts of BPA with the supervised learning. See, these three objectives may be combined together as a single outcome. Otherwise, you can write individual outcomes for each and every objectives. See, a few conditions when you develop the course outcomes. Don't use fuzzy words. See, demonstrate knowledge. It is a fuzzy word. You cannot use this because it may not be used for measuring or achieving. Students now able to demonstrate knowledge of supervised learning in dimensional feature like this. Demonstrate the knowledge. How they demonstrate the knowledge? There is no art outcomes here. Use a single high-level verb in an outcome. See, when two outcome verbs are used in a learning outcome statement, assessment becomes difficult. See, students will identify and explain the principles of given neural network for solving unsupervised learning. See here, two actions are there. In few cases, it is exceptional. You can use two outcomes, but you may see that the first action may be from the lower, and the second action may be from the higher. Now, a few more conditions. See, not students centered. See, I just do it for my physics, applied physics for the electrons, and exams only. See, it should be student centered. Students will name each theory on electron classification. See, not students, different theories on electrons will be explored. See the words, just go through this. Not measurable. Students will understand. It's understand. They use understand. Now you see measurable. How the outcome with a measurable statement. It's a clarify. Students now able to identify ferri and ferromagnetism. See, clear. Students will now be able to analyze the structural and quality parameters. See, not clear. Students will now be able to understand it. It's not very specific. But here it is given, specifically given, structural and quality parameters. Concise. Students will now be able to identify magnetic properties, optimization computer accessories to reduce green gas effects. Not concise. See, students now able to analyze magnetism, computer data storage, everything is given there. Task based, inflexible. Students will now be able to demonstrate carry concentration in n type, p type. But you see, it's not task based, outcome based, flexible. See, for various temperatures. So now some sort of outcome based is coming here. Now, the next thing is, see, now the outcome statements are generated and see, by considering course outcomes 1, by considering course objective 1 after considering group taxonomy. Now you see, from the course objective, now the outcomes are taken with. At the end of these units, students can recognize learning algorithms by their mathematical functions and procedures to use in machine learning problems. See, this is an outcome statement that was not referred with the Blooms, but it is arbitrarily taken from the course objective, which was generated earlier at the end of this unit. Now you see, like this, the explanation here, structure each learning outcome using two parts, a verb and an object, and two more there. I am not mentioning the condition and criteria. Action verb is cognitive level verb, recognize. Object is a knowledge domain such as conceptual and procedural like mathematical functions and working procedures. Mathematical functions and working procedures. See, likewise, course outcome 2 by considering course objective 2 after considering Bloom's taxonomy. Students can apply neural network algorithms for solving linear models using optimization techniques. See, now it is refined since the course objective is already refined by considering Bloom's level bursts. For the unit 3, students can analyze various probabilistic models to solve non-linearity problems in classification algorithms. See, you may not go find the opt and very refined, much refined outcomes, but to an extent it is different. For unit 4, students can compare various dimensionality reduction methods for their suitability in high dimensional problems in machine learning. Students can illustrate graphical models which are suitable for optimized deep learning applications. Now you see, the course outcomes are taken, made it. See, these course outcomes are with accordance with the Bloom's level, also it is correctly derived from the course objective. Now, I am somehow refining the course outcomes for getting more mapping levels because I see that is the case where so many gaps are occurred with respect to the syllabus which are given by the university for an updated institution. Applying Bloom's levels in writing measurable and achievable COs to obtain the maximum mapping levels with the POs and POs. Now you see, I am going to the Bloom's taxonomy, the outcome statements. Earlier, the course objective statements are based on the Bloom's taxonomy and directly I wrote the outcome statements. Now I am just once again refer the Bloom's taxonomy for further things. See, here, CO is equal to the action verb plus the knowledge domains, the factual, the conceptual, the procedural, and the cognitive, metacognitive level. Then plus I have to think about the high correlation with the PO statement and PSO statements. So we know PO statement, 12 PO statements and 3 PSO statements. Totally 15 statements are there. Now you see, Regarding the knowledge domain, four categories of the knowledge I already mentioned, everything is there. Now, the factual knowledge, that's about the facts, the originality, conceptual knowledge, that about the concepts, what is the topic and the syllabus, procedural, how to do it, see, what, why, and how. Then metacognitive level, I told about the strategic knowledge, knowledge about cognitive tasks, self-knowledge, self-reflections, self-regulations, and the ethics to follow. And they are come. Now you see, I'm just refining the course outcomes which is available with the previously defined course outcome for the first unit. Students can classify the learning algorithms on the basis of mathematical functions or linear models in a real-time machine learning problem. So I'm concentrating for real-time machine learning problems. Here you see, I'm just going for the explanation. Here the teacher has to teach the students all the learning algorithms, their mathematical functions, working procedures, next level algorithms, real-time applications where the learning algorithms are used. Then the assessment can be done on the students to explain the learning algorithms, evolve with the mathematical relations, functions of the or functioning of the algorithms for the given inputs, extend the algorithms to solve complex problems, integrate the complex problems with the real-time machine learning problems. See, so these are all the tasks teaching done by the teacher, and these are all gained by the students so that assessment can be easily done. Now, see, for the like this, for the second unit, it's a refined outcome. Is students can apply neural network algorithms for classification, prediction, and dimensionality reduction by optimizing the feature vectors for linear models in machine learning. For unit 3, students can analyze the probabilistic models that are suited for non-linear classification models in machine learning. And for unit 4, students can compare dimensionality reduction methods for their suitability in optimizing high-dimensional feature vectors to reduce time and space complexity for real-time application. See, the outcome is there. The outcome is given there. See, feature vectors to reduce time and space. This is very specific, very specific. For real-time applications, more specific. And for the unit 5, students can interpret graphical models which are best suited for deep learning algorithms for video surveillance systems. So I have evaluated with a few outcomes, and once again I will go with the objectives and outcomes I finalized from the course contents according to the rules and regulations given by the OBE. Students will be able to classify, see, the document letter gives the action verb, the objects, the different learning algorithms according to the basic mathematical function. You see, it's converted to course outcomes. It's a finalist one by me. Students can classify the learning algorithms on the basis of mathematical functions for linear models in real-time machine learning problems. See, especially for the linear models. I already told any number of course objectives, any number of course outcomes can be with respect to a particular unit. See, the courses may be of in varying nature. The first unit may be the base, and there may be a link and the grow of the complexity with respect to the concepts. And when you come to the unit 5, you can see a very defined structure of the or the advanced nature of the topics will be available. In few courses, you can see the units of with the independency, with the varying topics, different topics, interdisciplinary topics. See, likewise, the things will be there. So, accordingly, you have to write the course objective, the number of course objectives, and the number of course outcomes. The second one is students will be able to demonstrate the functional architectures of neural network algorithms for optimization problems in machine learning. Students, the corresponding outcome is students can apply neural network algorithms for classification, prediction, and dimensionality reduction by optimizing the feature vectors for linear models in machine learning. Third one is students will be able to solve nonlinear classification problems using various probabilistic models. Like this, you see, all the 5 are given as course objectives. The finalist one, the course outcome here, and it is just for the knowledge. what we have done with respect to the corresponding syntax and semantics given by the OB to finalize the course objective and course outcomes. Now, coming to the mapping. Mapping the COs with POs and PSOs in a justified way. See here, now the line goes here, the outcome statements, and you can see it is mapped with the PO, PSO statements. So how the mapping works here? See how the calculation is. Lot of calculations are there. There may be a correlation between the CO and the POs and PSOs. See how many POs and PSOs the COEs get correlated. What may be the mapping level, high level or low level, or like this the things are justified here. See calculation, high mapping levels, all possible PO statements and PSO statements. Even a single fraction of the correlation makes the context. That is the case. Now you see, outcome statements here, PO statements, 12 statements are there. 5 PO outcome statements with maximum correlation with all possible PO and PSO statements. How it can be done? Mapping is, I am taking the lecture hours only. Lecture hours and the knowledge domain you are using in the lecture hours. So many different procedures are there. By that you can calculate the mapping level, how the CO and the PO and PSO is mapped is based on so many things. By using weightage methods, so many things are there. Dr. Rao has published so many articles regarding that. And in my view, this is the simplest way, and I will explain how it is mapped. Criteria is based on the number of hours spending for a particular topic on satisfying the C. Many methods are available calculating the weightages, and the correlation levels 3 higher, 2 medium, 1 low, and otherwise if it is no. See, I am calculating and justifying the course mapping for the course machine learning models. And see, just bring the POs and PSOs in front of you. 12 POs and 3 PSOs. And you know the POs, the simplest form of the PO, the abstract of the PO statements. The PSO, just I have darkened it. Cloud computing network in real time. Optimize with respect to a few applications, then software for the robots. Now we see, I'm taking the first CO, CO1. The finalized course outcomes I am taking. Students can classify the learning algorithms on the basis of mathematical functions for linear models in real-time machine learning problems. The cognitive level is apply. Classify is an action verb. In the cognitive level, apply. And you see, in this apply, the knowledge domains that should be involved are factual, conceptual, and procedural. See, facts about this thing, know the concept of this thing, know the procedure of this thing, what, why, and how. And you see, I have gone with, here teacher has to teach the students. Okay, in this, all the learning methods, their mathematical functions, the working procedure, real-time algorithms where the learning methods are used. See, this much of actions will be done by the teacher. Now I am ordering these things for here, apply, factual, conceptual, procedural. Apply, that is in the third level, in the cognitive level of Bloom's taxonomy. Classify, that is built upon remember, understand. Automatically something will be happens. While doing this, or really happen while doing this, that is, the student has to recall about the basis, factual things. The student should know, that is, understand the concepts, student has to apply it using procedure. See, a simple thing, simple correlation. What the actions you are doing according to the outcome you mentioned there. See, factual, types of learning, mathematical functions and everything. You know about the facts, what they are. Conceptual, you should learn about the linear model, concept of linear model for the real-time system. So I gave a few examples only. Procedural, working of the linear algorithms. See, now what you are doing with the factual, what you are doing with the conceptual, what you are doing with procedural, the students have to learn. Because all these things are coming under here. See, they are all the measurables. And you see, the questions will be in this way only. Classify the learning algorithms on the basis of mathematical functions. See, you can see the action verbs here, the knowledge domains here. See, they're all scattered, that's all. Some conditions will be there, criteria. Real time, the criteria. Mathematical functions with some conditions. So you can see if the course outcome is a good one, by seeing that itself you can analyze how many POs and PSOs are satisfied with you. What type of questions, what level of questions you can ask. How many questions can be asked for the assessment from the base levels till to the corresponding cognitive level of this action work. So classifying is in the third. So see, you are passing through the remember, understanding and apply. See here, the unit says you have to go for this and you have to apply for the linear models in the real-time machine learning system. So totally 9 hours are there. POs, 3 POs there and 9 hours are there. The teacher has to take all these things under these 9 hours. He has to take, assume that unit contains only one outcome. This is the outcome. You can go for any outcomes. That depends upon. If we have a 45 hours, see, frame your outcome accordingly. Otherwise, you have to spend further time for that. Now, you see, to do all these things, see, factual, it is connected with the PO. The connection is given here like this, PO1. Conceptual, PO1 and PO3. Procedural, PO2 and PO3. See here, factual, engineering knowledge is involved. PO2, the procedural, the problem analysis, the procedure is given. See, that depends upon your understand. See, that is with your hand. You have to go with the maximum justification how it is connected with. If you are well versed in your subject. Now, see, PO3 procedural is connected with PO3. PO3 is design and development of the solutions. Then conceptual is connected with the PSO1. PSO1. Apply the concepts of cloud computing and networking in real-time problems. In real-time problems, how it is works. See, you can apply, you can put this as a SAS, software as a service in your cloud computing for real-time service. So you are going to apply this for a real-time service. That's why the PSO1 is coming there. So like this, list the POs and PSOs. For even a fraction of the relation also you can mention there. But how to distribute the total lecture hours? Now this is the simplest way I am mentioning how to correlate with the thing. See here, the factual is connected to the PO1, the conceptual, see, factual, the base points, what you are explaining. Conceptual, the concept about the things. Procedural, which are all with the procedures, so that you can apply. Now for the factual, it is connected with PO1, conceptual is connected with the PO2, PO1 and PO3, procedural is connected with the PO2 and PO3. So, and it is implicitly saying that from PO4 to PO12, no connectivity, and POSO2 to POSO3, no connectivity. If you can correlate with respect to your course outcome, then make it. Now, see, for spending for this PO1, see, I'm going with the factual thing, what, and for the conceptual thing, for this PO1, attainment of this PO1, I am spending 2 plus 1 hours. Out of 9 hours, I am taking 3. So many methods are there. You can go with the weightages. That depends upon your thing. See, here I am taking only the lecture hour. Many parameters are there. Lecture hour is there, tutorial hour is there, practical hour is there, lab hours are there, internal assessment is there, quiz is there, assignments are there, seminars are there. Everything, if you want to include, you can include. But it will go beyond the hours. Otherwise, you have to go with the fractions. Then you go for the weightages. But this is a direct calculation where we can see 2 plus 1 hour for PO1, factual and conceptual. I am going with the PO2 for 2 hours for the procedure. PO3, two things are there, conceptual and procedure, 1 plus 1 hour. And for PSO1, conceptual, 2 hours I took. So, see, this outcome has a cognitive level 1, knowledge domain 3. If you want to go with ethical, put it. Go for another hour, make it 10, if it is allowable. If your curriculum is not giving that, if you want to include, make it here. Go for a gap and go for an additional hour. That is different. Once you go with the weightage and with the percentage, the same calculation will come. See, 9 hours are taken. So this is the explanation of this. What the teacher teaches, what he is teaching for the students to learn, what the students are gaining from that, everything will be here. Course outcomes is the life of the OD. Life of the OD. That clearly triggers what we want to do with the instruction sets. Likewise, you see, for the course outcome 2, apply 1. Here, factual is not there because factual I have taken in the first class, first unit itself. Conceptual and procedural. And assume PO1, PO2 and PO3 are taken. POSO2 is considered here because it has an optimizing. So my PSO is with optimizing. See, apply action verb is there. The first one is with the third level. The second one is also with the third level. Apply action verb is there. The conceptual, what the concepts of these things should be taken. Procedure, the procedure of working of these things should be taken. And you see, these 3 are the POs that are satisfied and 1 PSO is satisfied. So, cognition level 1 thing is there, knowledge level 2 things are there, PO, PSO, correlation 3 plus 1 are there, 3 POs and 1 PSO. And see, I justified. Likewise, you just go and see whether it is right or wrong. Fraction of the things may happen. That depends upon our lecture plan. PO1, 2 hours are taken, PO2, 3, PO3, 2 hours are taken, PSO2, 2 hours are taken. I am making it to 9 hours. I distributed. And what I told with the earlier justification, if you, some gaps are there, go for additional hours, go with the weightages if you want. 9 hours. Likewise, you see, you can see the third SEO. It has some sort of analyze because they are going with the analyze. See, this subject is something that starts with the apply, go with the analyze, even go to the evaluate. I'm not considering that here. And under this analyze is something new to be done with the factual, the few more classification models there, conceptual, probabilistic models you have to take with the concepts, and the procedural working of probabilistic models methods with the classification algorithms. Some sort of integration is here. So you have to go with an analysis of the probabilistic models available and go for a best suited one. This is my outcome. Best suited for non-linear classifications. Now you see, so this is applicable for your corresponding subjects. See, since I am with the computer science and engineering, I am going with an easy way of explanation. It may be difficult for me to explain other courses if I give us a demonstration. That's why I am giving. But it is not the matter. How far you are good with knowing the syntax and semantics of creating the course objectives and outcomes, Bloom's levels, and applying these things with respect to the cognition level and knowledge domain, POPSO's understanding, the total lecture, however, you can be derived with these things. Now here you see factual, conceptual and procedural, how much of time I am spending for it. And I once again saying that I have taken the easiest way of calculation because I am not going for any weightages. Directly I am coming to the value. P1 is of 1 plus 1 for factual and the conceptual 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1, 1, 1, I am making it as a 9. So 4 POs and PSO 2 are involved in it. Like you can see the course outcome for the fourth one. Students can compare dimensionality reduction methods on their working principles. See here, feature vectors to reduce time and space complexity. This is a toughest one. Toughest one. You have to go with a variety of programs you are going to write or which is available, and you have to go for an analysis which will reduce time and space. So this is put under the analyze, and you see the action verb is compare. And since you are good with the factual things, what is available with everything already, dimensionality reduction is already done there. Then optimization is also somewhere there in the dimensionality reduction itself. I am not mentioning as an objective or outcome. That's why it is not clear here. Future vectors, you know, time and complexity you have already learned with some other subjects. Real-time applications, you know. Conceptual and procedural item, and see concept. Different techniques of dimensional reduction from higher number of feature vectors, real-time application, procedure. All the procedural, the working of these algorithms, then time and space complexity evolving. All these comes under, you see. If it goes, it will go beyond 9. But I'm just distributing it. See, conceptually, this much of things are mapped. Procedurally, this much of things are mapped. So easy. Below that, all the things are known by the people because my syllabus is in that way. It starts from the introduction and it comes in the way that a continuity is there. PO1 is of 1 plus 1, PO2 is of 1 hour, PO3 is of 1, PO4 is of 3, PSO2 is of 1 plus 1. See, assume that the conceptual PO1 engineering knowledge, next is problem analysis and it designs. CPU for investigation, the procedural, it will go and keep on investigating what it is good for the time and the space complexity. For example, I have given. So, see, PO4 I have given for the procedural 3 hours. It will take 3 hours to complete everything. Then accordingly, see, PSO2, conceptual as well as procedural, I have to think about for the optimization. Optimization, very, very important with respect to machine learning. 1 plus 1 hour is needed, making it to 9. Like which you see, the fifth course outcome, it is analyze conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive because it is of the graphical model, a new thing. Conceptual, graphical models, you should possess some knowledge of the graphical models. What it is, what modern tools in deep learning you are using. Procedure, working of models and analyzing the models. Metacognitive, see, developing software in an ethical way for video surveillance. See, I have just took this in an ethical way. See, otherwise, if you are good with your innovation, you can bring it here. Metacognitive, innovative sort of things. You can trigger the students to do some innovative thing with respect to the video surveillance. How to integrate the outcome with the video surveillance developments. See, this is with the analyze level. Conceptually, see, PO1, PO2, PO3, PO4, PO5, and 2, PSO2 and PSO3. 3 is with respect to the ethical. PSO is with 3 is with see, develop embedded software and hardware for automating robot systems. See, PO1, PSO 1, 2, 3. And you can see the three POs, which are much related to these things. See, with respect to society, economically, environmentally, they are all good. You can map it with easily there. Likewise, all the five course outcomes are made into, and see here is a tough part with going with the mapping of or linking with the house. Because to number of POs, PSOs with respect to that amount of contents you have to teach, what happens here? It will take a lot of time. So that is very, very clear. If the number of outcomes goes in high, and if you go for a good PSO mapping, then it will take, or if you go for a distributed type of post outcome mapping with the PO and PSOs, it will be distributed, and you see, you can see in this way 12 POs and 3 PSOs are there. Here, totally for the subject, PO6 to PO12 are not connected, but some connection may be there. The engineering and the society, say, you can connect it with if you want. But in order to make you to know that in with my CO creation, if I have gone with so many other POs, you can see the distribution and the weightage given here maybe go less, the mapping level go less. Now you see, I have assigned that the number of hours as the mapping levels here. I am spending 3 hours for making CO1 to be with the PO1 so that the students can attain the knowledge with that. CO1 3, CO1, see 3, PO1 3, engineering knowledge I am making to know about the knowledge about the various mathematical functions, linear models, the learning methods, and everything. 3 hours I am spending. The three mapping level is highest. Likewise, I am just putting everything. The 5 COs, the 5 COs for PO2, 5 COs for PO3, and I am taking, you see, the 5 are distributed among. So I am taking the total 10 by 5 2. I am getting 2. Likewise, here 11 by 5, I am getting 2.2. Here also, I am getting 8 by 5, I am going for 1.6. Here I am getting only 3 COs are mapped to the PO4, so 5 by 3. Here in PO5, only one is mapped 1 by 1. See how many are filled I am making divided by the corresponding CO. So like I am getting 2, 2.2, 1.6, 1.6, and 1 for all these 5 POs. And for the PSO, the only one, 2, 2 by 1. For PSO2, 4 COs are made CS 1 by 4, and for PSO3, only one with the. Now I am rounding. I am considering to see here the CO mapping with the PO is 2 for PO1, 2 for PO2, 2 for PO3, 2 for PO4, and 1 for PO5. This is CO is average for the whole course, and 2 for PSO1, 2 for PSO2, and 3 for PSO3. So this is the map value, and I have justified and I have shown you the mapping that was evaluated from the core subjective itself, the core subjective, and I have shown all the elements which are available in the OBE pool. And now you see, you can see the PO can be mapped in this way. From that, the PO can be mapped, and from that PO to the mission and everything. A fraction of things may go and affect the mission of the department as well as the vision and mission of the institution. So all the references are taken from web resources from various publishers. But I'm very much thanks to Dr. Rao and Rajni for providing a lot of things regarding OBE, and he is practicing and he's an experienced person that. And I also recommend you all to go and learn what Rao sir has published, very fantastic materials. Thank you one and all. My best wishes to you all to practice OBE in your institution. Thank you. Milton sir?
Sir, just we can check questions from the audience.
Okay.
So far, no questions from the audience. the participants.
Okay, okay. What about the thing later, whether it is audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, for giving us great knowledge on writing and correlating outcomes. I also thank all the participants for their active participation. Attendance and feedback link is shared in the YouTube chat box. Kindly fill it. And the next session will start at 11:30 a.m. Kindly join using the correct YouTube link given to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anthony, sir, I think now we can stop the live streaming.